Hey everybody, Marshall, I'm of it. Guys, we got another of our really low cost, low effort, lazy man rice cooker videos where we just throw stuff in there, turn it on and see what happens. I'm kind of inspired this morning. I was watching Chef Buck's channel. He made some Kung Pao Chicken. If you don't know Chef Buck's channel, I don't know why not. I feature him down at the bottom of my channel. I'm watching him and his wife, camera girl, for decades, making their food videos every single week after week. You know, you can tell a really good food channel by how many video recipes they have of canned mackerel and beef liver and lemon meringue pie. Chef Buck has a ton of recipes on canned mackerel, beef liver, and I think his lemon meringue pie video has 7 million views. Him and his mom making lemon meringue pie, best pie recipe video on the internet. You got to check out Chef Buck. This week he's making Kung Pao chicken, but he's making it traditional way where you cook it like in a traditional normal method. I'm just throwing everything together, put it in the rice cooker and see what happens. Today we have some chopped peppers, green and red, some onions, some organic carrots, some coarsely chopped celery, some white mushrooms. I didn't have any zucchini, but I have some chunks of sweet potato. We're using the chicken breast. I prefer the thigh meat, but I didn't have any. And to compensate for the flavor, because usually the breast meat doesn't have a lot of flavor, we've got a couple of pork sausages. Inexpensive, but good quality meat from Walmart. We're going to pop them in the cooker, and we're going to make a sauce with these other ingredients. It's going to be brown sugar and vinegar, and some soy sauce, ginger, a little bit of the cornstarch to make it kind of thick, a little bit of hotness from the sriracha, or you can use pepper flakes, peanuts, I forgot to mention, garlic powder, parsley, some pepper, and I don't have any sesame oil, but I kind of like coconut oil. It's one of my favorites. So we're going to throw this all together and going to serve it over some basmati rice, probably the most expensive ingredient. Let's see what happens. A large teaspoon of cornstarch, a couple of tablespoons of soy sauce, a spoonful of vinegar, maybe 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. I'm almost out of the ginger this morning. I'll add a little more. I like to have at least 2 spoonfuls of ginger. Peanuts I'll add to the pot. Handful. I'll add the garlic to the pot. I mean the parsley part to the pot. A little bit of sriracha. A little bit of pepper. Put a spoonful of coconut oil. Now when the meat looks like it's pretty much cooked, or most of the way cooked, we'll take it out and chop it up in fine pieces. Infuse the flavor of the meat into the broth and the other vegetables. Cook in there. Okay. This has a steamer basket, so we could put some other items on the top. Going to put it on the rice cycle. Like I said, when it gets closer to being done, I'll take the sausages out and the chicken and chop it up smaller pieces. And I'll make some basmati rice, and we'll have this over the rice. Oh yeah. Could have done a better job chopping up the chicken. Could have used a sharp knife instead of a dull bread knife. And I don't know about the sweet potatoes. They're all falling apart. But the flavor will be fine. Let's make some rice. Okay, everybody. This turned out to be a very flavorful dish. It is a surprisingly quick item to make. There was basically no preparation except for cutting up a few vegetables and throwing them in the pot. I tasted this earlier. The sausage that I added, it wasn't necessary. It does add a flavor, but the other flavors are fine. You don't really need to add any extra flavor with the sausage, but I did. If you enjoy sausages, add them. Otherwise, no. I noticed when eating it earlier, the celery was chopped coarsely, and the leaves on the end weren't chopped finely, so they were kind of stringy, which you don't really want when you're eating food. The sweet potatoes are sweet and creamy, but they didn't hold together like I thought they would. So they don't really give the food a more visual quality. They just kind of blend in with everything else. They don't stand out like the zucchini would. I could have used more hot sauce and maybe a little more soy sauce. Also, the chicken, I used a dull bread knife to chop up the chicken, so it really looked just shredded. It looked like it was being attacked by somebody. It wasn't done well. It should have been cut more finely, evenly, instead of just shredded like this. It looks like it was blown up with dynamite. The peanuts definitely give it a nice texture. Welcome texture. Because the chicken was frozen and cooked in the pot, it's basically being boiled. It tends to toughen a little bit. It's not really tender, but it's not rubbery. It's fine, but it's not really tender. If you wanted them tender, cooked frozen, you would probably put it in a pressure cooker. But it's not mushy either. The cornstarch does give a nice coating. I think everyone knows and will agree with me, it really just needs some salad olives. Alright guys, check out Chef Buck's recipe for Kung Pao Chicken. I think you'll like it. And if you're really lazy and you have a rice cooker, I don't see how you can go wrong. I would have maybe Left out the sweet potatoes, added some regular tomatoes. I think that would have been nice. But then it wouldn't have been Kung Pao chicken. It would have been general Kung Pao chicken. All right, guys. It was fun and really inexpensive, quick, and as easy, as lazy as you can get. Check out my other recipes, last 19 years. And check out the people at the bottom of my channel. No Relation Media would not anyway. I feature them. Seth Buck, among others. Take care. See you out there.